So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're very much on the way now. Heaven. Oh, good effort! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
And this is Kane, Jordan Henderson, Lewis Skelly, Rashford. Space for him to turn and look. Terrific effort! Goal, England! Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
England have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Yeah, that's exactly what they required, but they need to be...
Goes for a shot! And that's a good finish. And that takes him up to 30. 30 goals for this side. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
England are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the...
It's Kane! Yes! They are purring, truly purring. Simplicity itself.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Always onto this. Heaven cuts it out. And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, a delicate chip through. Oh, that's a key interception. Can he get it through? Pickford claims comfortably. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that's a decent chance! And that's in! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? And that is a little undercooked. He's in plenty of space here. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Now that looks a decent ball. That's a pretty loose pass. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. That pass has been well intercepted. He is through. Bellingham! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
This their second corner of the game. Not quite sure who got the final touch, but it will be another corner. England have their third corner. They've played it short. Rashford. Oh, what has happened here? Rice! It's a goal! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
And a really good game is threatening to break out here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Kane. Rice. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pickford breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. That's destined for the flank. Alexander-Arnold gets over and intercepts. Rice. And now the breakaway. And he cuts out the supply. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Looking to play him in. Great chance! And it's come back out to him. And he's stuck it away. 2 up now, and they are cruising. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
They've seen the light and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's through here. Oh, cracking ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Palmer. Now it's Foden. Oh, shooting chance! It's a goal! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
And that is the end of the first half.
England have been simply outstanding in the first half. There doesn't seem to be a single weakness in their team, and should that not change, they could go big from here.
England up by 3 after a terrific 45 minutes. Even in a game like this, you would think that should be enough. The second half is up and running. And he is dashing away. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And here's Foden. Foden.
Such good technique. Decent attempt that, just a little mistimed. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Foden with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength, the sort of desire we hope will spread.
Kane. Pickford gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Well, that has not gone well. And he welcomes it in. Oh, he's been caught napping! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And the pass is intercepted. Done delicately. No, he's had it taken off him. England do have a chance to counter here. Played back to the goalkeeper. And here's Kane. Alexander-Arnold. Henderson wins the duel this time. Chance, surely! Oh, good finish. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Could be danger here. Kane chasing after it. And he was quick to react. And it's been played through. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of...
And he's going direct. It's run... And again! And he's gone looking for safety. Corner number 2 then. And a chance! England have the chance to go the other way. Back where it came from. Lewis Skelly proves just a little bit too strong. England are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. And he's intervened well there. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
England perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Brilliantly cut out. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Pass somewhat off target. Well timed, excellent interception. Gordon providing an outlet on that flank. Picked out, there's the shot! Oh, terrific save.
England certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things already rolling. Ribery reaching 3 figures in terms of his appearances for the club.
Yeah, something that I mentioned to him in person before the match, Peter, although it took some time to register. Pretty much the same with me on my 100th game. I was more focused on winning than anything else.
No, he's had it taken off him.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Full crook. Locatelli. Now it's Inzaghi. De Bruyne. Played out towards the right wing. It's a promising position. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Shapes to shoot! In he goes again! Goal! Palmer! It's the moment they all wanted! A goal in his 100th game! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's really changed the mood in the stands, Peter. It ought to encourage more positive football, a more front-footed approach. It's got to be. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That's a delicate pass. And he... Oh, a gilt-edged chance! Real chance! And he couldn't finish.
And Kunku really looked so good there, didn't he, making his run? Did he rush to finish a bit? Perhaps.
Zielinski. And the pass is intercepted.
Parma really are a team that like to break lines.
Yeah, they love doing that, and it does work.
Yeah, plenty of balls in behind, Peter. Just needs to find the right run now.
He is through here! Great vision. And he's picked it up out wide. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And we have our very first corner. Ribery! And one more try! And that has fair fizzed.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Now it's Inzaghi. And this is De Bruyne. Looking for the run.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their...
He's rising! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Filippo Inzaghi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Taken back almost at once. Short changes him with that pass. De Bruyne! And this is De Bruyne. That's good defending, very good defending. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that could set him on his way. Oh, that's well spotted. Mateus can see things others simply cannot. That pass isn't the best. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Tries to pass it through. It's a really well-measured ball. Well, that has not gone well. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Now, can they get him away? Oh, well played, well sorted out. Serginho, tidy with his distribution. Palmer, looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. And he was alert to it. Nkunku might just make this. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Palmer have their second corner now. Cleared without hesitation. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, that's a key interception. And that's been slipped through. Tomori. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Parma clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Takes a shot! He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. So a big chance now from 12 yards. This for genuine comfort. Oh, he's missed it.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
Totti.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And that's a nicely shaped ball. Great reaction! Deftly away. And this could be the final action of the first half. Oh, well played, well played. And the referee has blown for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Palmer can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Parma can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Mateus. McKennie. Chance! He's got away with one there.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit the good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
So, third corner of the game. Getting up there! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Nicely shaped ball. That is ended up in no man's land. McKennie. And it's Nkunku. And a chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Fulkrug is onto this. Can he get on the end of this? And that's been slipped through. Serginho has the space to scheme. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Oh, nice touch. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nkunku threads one in. Oh, he's onto this. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's been intercepted. Locatelli. De Bruyne. Now it's Nkunku. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now.
Oh, great leap!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Tries one from range! Oh, what? And the finish! Great idea, just poorly executed.
I actually fancied him to score then, but we should give the keeper credit for doing his bit.
Oh, a delicate chip through. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Terrific effort! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Yeah, I think he's trying to stay one step ahead of his opponents here, maintain the upper hand, so to speak. I can see that.
Mateus nicked it back promptly.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Serginho proves just a little bit too strong. Locatelli. Shot a goal! There's a no-nonsense tackle. The pass has gone astray.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
That is good alertness. That's a sharp pass.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's the keeper's ball. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Parma are making a change now.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Oh, good-looking ball. I think we're just about done here. This looks promising. Big chance! Oh, that's another chance! Not a bad try by any means. And here's Zielinski. That's a risky ball, you've got to say.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
He's got away. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. The message is clear, none shall pass. So that's it, it is all over. Parma can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved. How would you summarise what we've seen? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the more productive players around, despite being a defender. When you look at his stats and see his contributions, you can realise how key a player he really is. And I suppose in many ways you can call him the perfect example of the modern fullback.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. They get a throw in. That's a little off target. Yamal. Yamal! He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. Yamal!
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Now it's Yamal. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Looking to play him in. No luck with that dink over the top. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Chouameni getting this one clear. Now it's Neymar. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Neymar. That has ended up in no man's land. Gerrard. Serginho. And here's Gerrard. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's a vicious effort. No, it's come to nothing. Yamal. Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. Knocks it into space.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Goes looking wide. Oh, that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Rice. Madrid are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
Mateus. Tries to play it through. Oh, a robust challenge. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out...
Oh, he's having a go! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Edmilson! No, not the best of headers.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He is through here! And he welcomes it in. De Bruyne can see things others simply cannot. Alexander-Arnold. Akanji spots it and intercepts. Akanji getting forward. And it's Gerrard. Mateus, nice looking ball. Chouameni kept his eye on it, and he's there. De Bruyne, Yamal. A header! Goal, Milan! And Milan have the lead. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And he's been shifted off it. And here's Yamal. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Pass somewhat off target. And he's forced to go back. And it's Edmilson. Threads one in. Oh, this is a great chance, surely! But he's left disappointed.
Doué is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
He came in hard, very hard. Yamal. And this is Drogba. Edmilson. Alexander-Arnold. And that's gone loose.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Can he finish? Oh, good finish. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And that is all they have time for. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. And we are up to the break.
Well, you have to ask questions how this has stayed 1-1, Peter. I do think, though, that the way spaces have been found in key areas with relative ease will be a real concern, something that needs addressing, and fast.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. So once again, we're underway. That is good alertness. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Great vision. Can he latch on to this? Serginho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Strong running down that left flank. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Backward. And a chance! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Oh, that was sharp. Deliciously sharp.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
Milan leading now. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Milan have the chance to go the other way. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nico Williams providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's on it. Can he get away? And the shot! It's a goal! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
So we have movement on both benches. Milan go up by 2 and are looking good.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Out for a throw. Oh, important interception. And the pass is intercepted. Ribery. Great chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And that was his 20th goal for this team. It was a great finish. He put it... And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, we're on the way.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating over...
Inzaghi! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Here's a chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. So Javier Zanetti, Jim, very little doubt, I suppose, that he will have a huge influence on the outcome today.
Absolutely, Peter. One of his teammates even said he was better than all of us put together, which goes to show how complete a player he actually is. When it comes to balancing attack and defence, I'm not sure there's ever been anyone better.
Now it's Doué. Mateus. Now that looks a decent ball. Henderson promptly onto that, and that is that. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now it's Inzaghi. And he cuts out the supply. And they're quick to get it back. Referee has just said play on. Now, can they get him away?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Mateus. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Out towards the flank. Eto'o, renowned for his long-range shooting. Edmilson. And it's Doué. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He's got away. And he's there to get it away. There will be a throw-in. Calafiori did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's there to belt it away. No, he's had it taken off him. He's through here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Van der Ven cuts it out. And here's Doué. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Edmilson. And that is expertly dealt with. Now it's Eto'o. And he's worked it through. That's been cut out. Well played. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, he's been caught. Big chance! Goal! Milan! That was easy. Almost too easy.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
The message is clear. None shall pass.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Ethiopia really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options. Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Doué. Rijkaard. Doué showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And the through ball. Picked out brilliantly. And the finish! And yes, it's there! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
And it's Doué. Serginho. Deco. Zanetti. And it's half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So it's one each. How are you seeing it, Jim?
Well, it's definitely been a game where both sides have tried to play to their own strengths, and I suppose neither side would be particularly unhappy with this scoreline. I suspect, Peter, the two managers will be keen to urge patience and discipline from their players now.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. Milan get the second half started.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
De Bruyne. Valverde. Searching pass he's played there. And it's De Bruyne. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Calafiori. That's a cute ball. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Alexander-Arnold. Mateus. Van der Ven makes the interception. Tries to pass it through. Now this could be a chance. That looks a good cross.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nicked it back promptly. De Bruyne. Distributed tidily.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. He's having a hit! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Ethiopia have the chance to go the other way. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. And that has been cut short. Knocks it out wide. And it's Neymar. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. De Bruyne. That's a lovely, neat pass. And here's Yamal. And here's De Bruyne. Nice interception, well timed. Valverde. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's De Bruyne. Just eases him off the ball. And he's got the beating of his man. Serginho. And across it goes. Rijkaard attempts a clearance. Taken back. Good chance here! This their second corner of the game. Milan with another corner. So, third corner of the game. Tries one from range! So, their fourth corner of the game. Joe! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Diouf certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Now it's Simons. And a chance! Goal, Milan! And they're back in front. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Milan with the lead.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive.
Oh, well played, well played.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Well, that has not gone well. It's an inviting looking ball, that. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Looking for options for movement. And the shot! And that really should have been that.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
And this is Totti. The final 5 minutes.
Ethiopia really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Mateus pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Milan moments now away from seeing this one out. Now it's Eto'o. He's beaten the last man. Little doubt, that is a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game. So the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Great chance! Desperate defending required here. Neymar goes long and claimed it back swiftly. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Neatly clipped into space. It's Totti! And he hits the net! They have stolen level at the last! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have...
They huffed and they puffed, but that will be that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim. So how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that...
Shoots! De Bruyne. And smartly reclaimed. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Looking for the run. Hazard! Loose ball now. Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Goal!
What a super start. A total shocker for the opponents. Talk about how to wrestle control. That's how you do it.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, that has not gone well. Camavinga. Now that's well seen too. De Bruyne. Silvestre. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Ball's gone out of play. Bruno Fernandes. And that is out of play. And he's had it nicked away. That is a great pick out. That's a good ball. And De Bruyne! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there, Peter. Did he get caught admiring his own first touch, maybe? Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Yamal is wide and looking to get onto this. Silvestre. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's De Bruyne. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Doué! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Doué.
Palmeiras always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
Oh, a gilt-edged chance! Can he finish? It's a goal! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Palmeiras are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
He's on it. Can he get away? Great defending, strong and determined. Edmilson. Nicely spread. Now it's Yamal. Searching pass he's played there. Alexander-Arnold. Chance! And that's a good finish. That was a given. It always was.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd...
He's having a shot! And that's a sharp finish. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the lead now is 2.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
De Bruyne. It's run loose here. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Oh no, this does not look... Shot a goal! And there's a goal! And he's got what he came for, his 20th goal. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Milan cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Oh, that's a key interception. A probing pass. Now it's Neymar.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That has been slung wide. Camavinga. Messi. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Plays a sharp little ball here. Edmilson. Now it's Doué. Foot in. That's a pretty loose pass. Mateus. And now the breakaway. De Bruyne. Delivers the ball. Cleared away. Bruno Fernandes. Couldn't squeeze it through. And they've got a throw. That is ended up in no man's land. Filippo Inzaghi. Camavinga gets it away. And it's Edmilson. That's the end of the first 45. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Away we go again.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Messi. Yamal bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's been cut out. Well played. Mateus. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. Milan ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Mateus. And Edmilson. And here's Inzaghi. And here's Yamal. Looking for options for movement. Serves up across. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's gone looking for safety.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Palmeiras have a free kick. Jordan Henderson has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
You just can't argue with the referee there, Peter. He spelt it out for him earlier.
Filippo Inzaghi. And now a sudden chance to counter. And no, that was never going to make it. Now that looks a decent ball. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
It's Neymar! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And this is Messi. And he's... Messi! Oh, good finish. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
2 goals on the day, and he may not... Goes for a shot! No, that wasn't kidding anyone.
Yeah, and I don't think there was much wrong with his vision, nor his decision-making.
He's got away, and he's picked it up out wide. That looks a good cross. And he's managed to get rid. Neymar. Oh, they can break here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Inzaghi. Yamal. He's found a way through. And this is Inzaghi. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Aimed at the far side. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. More and more pressure on the ball here. Knocks it into space. Xavi Simons tries a shot! And that's a tidy finish. Back within one. They have them in their sights again. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
And here's Ferran Torres. Now he's running. Takes a shot! It's a goal! AC Milan are all square. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting. And the finish! Goal, Milan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Milan have their lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
It's Neymar! It's bounced back off the post.
Milan can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Rafinha, distributed tidily. I think we're just about done here. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Jordi Alba. He's shifting through the gears here. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Ribéry! Ribéry! Well taken goal. 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
And that will be it. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Ferran Torres claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing. And that he basically excels at. He's fantastic once he comes inside. Anything is possible.
Now it's Doué. Oh, shapes to shoot! Goal! Milan! The first significant strike. Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Mbappe, pass somewhat off target. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Knocks it into space. Vardiol. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And it's Serginho. De Bruyne. And Edmilson. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Mbappe. He shifted it to the flank. Edmilson. Oh, good spread. Yamal picks it up out wide. Tries the cross. Vardiol gets it away.
Lamine Yamal really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Mbappe! Can he finish? Well taken goal. Barcelona are back in business. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Barcelona restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Kimmich. Now it's Mbappe. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Mateus plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And he's been shifted off it. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Milan always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from it.
Inzaghi! Goal! Milan! And again they hit the front. There was to be only one outcome.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Milan have their lead. Now it's Inzaghi. Musiala. Now it's Mbappe. Now that looks a decent ball. Edmilson. Yamal. Now there's a fine ball. Ruben Neves. Mbappe. Barcelona are looking to break at pace. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Now, can they get him away? Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Now it's Mbappe. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Ruben Neves tries to play it through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a throw. Serginho finding himself in space. Kimmich coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Nice bit of trickery. Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. De Bruyne, who does have an assist to his name. Passing is crisp and sharp. Mateus. And it's Ed Nielsen. Threads one in. Musiala. Now it's Messi. It's Kimmich. Now it's Mbappe. And no, that was never going to make it. And that is a little undercooked. Ruben Neves. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Hazard. He's shifting through the gears here. Serginho has it out wide and in space. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he has shown him a yellow card. Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. De Bruyne. Nicely shaped ball. Neatly clipped into space. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Milan are leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. Header! It's a goal! And this is getting better and better. Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Milan go up by 2 and are looking good.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
And that was very necessary. Alexander-Arnold takes a towering header. No, he didn't quite meet it right. Ruben Neves. Musiala. Now it's Mbappe. Just eases him off the ball. Played out to the left flank.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And he plays one through. Oh, look at the space! Great chance! Well read, nice interception. Has a look and plays it forward. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Musiala surely had to know he had the support to his right, and if he didn't, he just needs to get his head up.
That's a cute ball. That's a sharp pass. Koundé calmly anticipates. And here's Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, super find. And Iker Casillas somehow saves it. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. And he cuts out the supply. Aimed beyond the defence. Tries a shot! He lifts the roof! And he draws the sweetest of pictures.
It just came down to a battle of wills between him and the keeper, and he won it with a cracking piece of trickery.
Clinical. Just clinical. What a game this is to... It's Inzaghi! Just cruising! They are cruising! His utter joy! He engages with absolute happiness! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
That's brilliant control, Peter, from an awkward height too. You know, it's great improvisation here.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Milan are having a ball here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Oh, that's fabulous. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, well played. Kimmich, nicely spread. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mbappe! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Nicely aimed pass. Well, that has not gone well. And it's Musiala. This looks promising.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Simons. Kimmich. More and more pressure on the ball here. That's destined for the flank. Alexander-Arnold cuts it out. Koundé. Messi. Mbappe. Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Well, they may be down, but they're in no mood to go quietly. Now that's well seen too. Vardiol promptly onto that, and that is that. Goes looking wide. It's a promising position. Oh, that's neat. Simons. Out of play for a goal kick. Ruben Neves. Kimmich. He has found the way through. Now it's Musiala. Musiala. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Mateus. Now it's Inzaghi. Edmilson, the man that is tenacity personified. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Milan looking by any yardstick formidable. Truly enjoyable to watch. Milan do have the look of a team with genuine ambition. Already on the cusp of promotion, they are looking to make a statement here. We are more than ready. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So straight into the action. Milan must not lose. The potential ramifications simply too much to contemplate. Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, well measured. Oh, good effort! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Can he get it through? He's in plenty of space here. And no, that was never going to make it. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Inzaghi.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Nicely shaped ball. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was...
Diaz! There it is! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Milan finding themselves unexpectedly behind.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that has been cut short. Shevchenko engages and forces him off the ball.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And he's well positioned here. Chance, surely! Now, who's going to be first to this? Diaz. Pakistan have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Yamal. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Doué. Plays a sharp little ball here. Inzaghi gets flagged offside. That has ended up in no man's land. Totti.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Diaz! And he was there to get a vital touch.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Can he finish? This their second corner of the game. Diaz! No, just not quite. De Bruyne can see things others simply cannot. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
It's run loose here. Edmilson. That's a sharp pass. De Bruyne. Mateus. And he's intervened well there. Rijkaard. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. De Bruyne.
How many interceptions have we seen now?
Could be danger here. Doué. Tries a shot! Of course! Oh, huge goal! Massive goal! They hit the reset button and we're back where we were. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to...
Chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Pakistan have the chance to go the other way. That could spell trouble. And there's green grass ahead of him. And Jamal goes for a shot!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Nice looking ball. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough and he knows it.
Oh, played right into his path. Well, that has not gone well. Rijkaard. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now that looks a decent ball. And here's Inzaghi. And this is De Bruyne. There's the shot! Goal! Milan! Drive, determination, perhaps destiny. And that is indeed the final act. Milan have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Milan ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. Back on the way then. Looking for the run. Now, can they get him away? Now, oh, he's been caught napping! Doué.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Chips it through. And he's got the beating of his... And the shot! And that's in! 2! 2 to the good! And they are purring! Absolutely purring! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Milan now in a position far more desirable.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
De Bruyne, he is through here. Jamal's cross. That's not going far. Oh, he's been caught on it here. De Bruyne! And another try! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Simplicity itself.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers...
Takes a shot! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Valverde gets across to intercept that. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Lovely bit of skill. Nice interception, well timed. Totti, played out towards the right wing. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lovely, now then. Ah, he's charged for a shot! And he's stuck it away! They are playing them off the park. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Caresses it through. Yamal showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Yamal. Knocks it into space. Look at the space. And De Bruyne! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Great vision. And that could set him on his way. And that pass just didn't quite work. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Alexander-Arnold.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Towering header! And he steered it beyond the post. So we have movement on both benches. Now it's Hazard. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Ferran Torres is wide and looking to get onto this. Oh, great leap! It's a goal! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Milan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. That's a pretty loose pass. Edmilson is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
That is good alertness. Searching pass he's played there. Henderson promptly onto that, and that is that. Looking to play him in. Wits.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Nicely worked. Dembele! It's in! He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Pakistan still making a fight of this. Azar. Looking for options for movement. It's played through for him. He's found a way through. And he's there to get it away. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And that is that. A win, a triumph, a time to crank up the music, charge the glass. This is going to be quite a party. So, Jim, how do you reflect?